Hi there, Jen Roque here from StampCampWithJen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. As you join, please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, also say hello in the comments below and let us know what you think of today's video, and let us know where you're watching the replay from. I love hearing from you guys. So I've got lots of fun things to talk about today, as usual. I was running around getting stuff done right up until time for Facebook Live. So there's lots to talk about today. So I hope everybody had a great weekend, is adjusting to, it's not daylight savings time anymore, is it? When we spring ahead an hour. It's so nice because it's so bright out still and everything. I love it. I love the extra sunlight. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining. It's so nice to see you. I've got Easter on the brain. We've got a nice spring project today, and you'll see my nails. Look at these. You'll see them even more in the video, but I got these done the other day, and I just thought they were so cute. You're joining from Google, Kay? Did everybody have a good weekend? We went to, my mom and my son's friend and I, we went to the Strawberry Festival on Saturday down in Plant City, Florida. It's the first time we've been. It was so much fun. I just went crazy over all the fair food. Fried cheese curds are my new favorite thing. We got 2 things of them. They were so good. That was like probably my favorite thing. And then they had these homemade Amish donuts that were really good, and I ate so much junk food. It was so good. And my son and his friend got like garlic steak tips. We just went nuts with the food. It was so crazy. Thanks everybody. I'm so glad you love my nails. You'll see them more when we do the project. You probably see them close up too, but I was so impressed that the girl that I go to that does my nails, I showed her the picture on Pinterest and she made it happen. So she did a good job. Yes, fried cheese curds. Any fried cheese is usually good. I love the fried, like the mozzarella sticks at Arby's. Those are like one of my favorite things, but fried cheese curds are so good. Peachy's Donuts. Yep, that's what it was, Jessica. That's what it was. This big blue trailer. It said Peachy's Donuts. We didn't get hardly any strawberry stuff. There was one little cookie shack, I think is what, a cookie barn that we went to that had strawberry cookies, and we got strawberry and strawberry white chocolate cookies, and they were okay, but that was like the only strawberry thing we got. Everything else was non-strawberry, but it was so hot, so we went for a few hours, and then I asked the boys, do you want to go home and go swimming? And they were like, yes, it sounds so good. Hi, Joan. Thanks for joining us from Washington State. I lived out in Washington State for a little while. It rained a lot, I remember. You go every year, Jessica? Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was something different. We used to go when we lived in Maryland. There was the Frederick Fair. It was a big fair that they did every fall, and we used to go to that every year, and we really enjoyed it. So I think this might be our new tradition too. We really had a good time. So it was just a little warm, which I know it kind of varies year to year. Sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's cooler, but that day was pretty hot. So, all right, well, let me turn the camera around. I've got some fun stuff to share before we get started, and I have some cards that I wanted to share that I got in the mail that are really cute, and I wanted to share those. I haven't shared any cards lately with you guys that I get. I love getting cards in the mail, and then I love to share them with you guys too. So hold on. It's raining, Joan. See? It always rains in Washington. When I was in the Air Force, there was an officer that I worked with that was from Washington State. And I said, oh my gosh, it just rains all the time there. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, no, that's what I remember about living in Washington State. It just rains all the time. Not all the time, but quite a bit it does. All right. So before I get started, I'm going to show my little thank you cards that I got recently. Let's see here. I have this little pile. So this one, Sue Stefan might recognize. We did a card swap a couple years ago, and I'm calling you out, Mom. I'm sorry. But Sue Steffen, I think, made this for our card swap, and then my mom used it as a thank you card for her birthday stuff that she sent me. It's very cute. It's got that gold sparkly paper that was a celebration paper, and then remember that artistic expressions or expressions in ink paper. Very, very cute. That's why you moved from Oregon. I agree. That whole Pacific Northwest area just gets way too much rain, in my opinion. It's kind of depressing. All right. And then there is a little thank you. It's very pretty out there, though. There's lots of mountains and stuff. All right. So I got another thank you card from a team member, and she used this really pretty glitter ribbon. I'm not sure where she got that, but I remember this was a DSP from Celebration in the last catalog. It's very pretty. And this one, I love all the bling. I think this is from another team member. I think she knows I like bling. So she put like this little blinged out frame all the way around it. I think this part's from the Fitted Florets set, but it was just so pretty. And it's like a tealish color. It's very pretty. And then this one I got today, I had to laugh so hard. My friend Leslie, she comes to my Stamp Camp classes. She put this on the back of her envelope, and I was cracking up. It took several hours to make this card. Act impressed. I need to get a stamp like this and start adding it to the back of my cards because this was so, so funny. That is why it's so green and beautiful. You are right, because I love the mountains out there. Like Mount Rainier is gorgeous. I think it's so pretty. So this is the card she sent. I thought it was so cute. She's got the little sequins on there and the little clover leaf. Leslie sends me a card literally every season. She like St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure I'll get one for Easter. I got one for Valentine's Day. She's so good about sending cards. She always sends such cute cards. And then she sent me a little lotto card too. So I'm gonna have to play that later and see if I won any money. So thanks, Leslie. All right, so now on to all the Stampin' Up! News here. So if you're new here, welcome. Please don't forget to like and comment for this video. And if you're watching the replay from my YouTube channel, please subscribe and then hit that bell so you never miss a video notification. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my newsletter. I send out weekly newsletters every Friday morning with lots of Stampin' Up! Information and news that's specific to me as well. Hi, Pam from North Carolina. Thanks so much for joining us. This is information from my Facebook page. Those of you that are watching me live now obviously know where my Facebook page is. My YouTube channel, which is where I post the replay of this video. I post the replay Tuesday mornings, and sometimes I sprinkle other project videos on there, and then Pinterest, and then this is my website, stampcampwithjen.com. Hi, Melinda from Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us. If you would like to shop with me, I would love it if you would shop with me at stampinup.com. I have a rewards program for my loyal customers. For every $25 before shipping and tax in a single order, you earn a point. Once you earn 20 points, you get a free $50 shopping spree through me. I pay for the tax, the shipping, everything. And the points don't expire. So you could earn 20 points in 3 years as long as you keep track of it and you send me your little rewards tracker. I will verify the orders and then cover your shopping spree. Hi, Sandra from Washington State. Thanks so much for joining us. If you guys haven't checked them out already, please go to StampinUp.com and check out these online exclusives. This is something new that Stampin' Up! Recently started doing. Every 3 months or so, they'll be releasing new products. So they just did this on March 1st. The next batch will be June 1st, so every 3 months. And then some of these products are while supplies last. There's no real end date that they've given us. So if you see something online that you really like, I would order it quickly. They've already, a lot of the popular items are already on back order. So to me, that means they're ordering more. So like the circle punches are already not unavailable. So, that is something to look into. 11 inches of snow in North Dakota, Barb. Oh my goodness. Yes. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the snow than the rain, but 11 inches. That's a lot of snow in, was it mid-March? All right, so online exclusives. So be sure to check those out. And oh, that's what I was going to say. Let's go back to this. If you do have any questions about something, like say you missed something and you're not sure if it's coming back, feel free to send me an email and I will look into it for you, because I can see the inventory list on the Stampin' Up! Website. Demonstrators have access to that. So if there's something you think, oh shoot, I think I missed it, and you're curious about when it's expected to come back, just send me an email and I'll let you know. I can look that up for you, okay? All right, and then the newest kit in the Stampin' Up! Kits collection is the colorful kaleidoscope kit. This is very cute. Looks like thank you cards. I think there's 3 of 3 different designs. The beginning of every month, Stampin' Up! Releases a new kit. I noticed in the online exclusives that these are listed in the online exclusives, even though they're not new. And I think that's just because anything that's only available online, they lumped that into that online exclusive section. So, because I noticed like the kits and the tumblers and the in colors and things like that. So it wasn't necessarily all new, but those are all the items that are only available online. Oh, Sue's getting that green screen. I did see that. I'm not sure why she's getting that. My mom had the same issue with her last week too, and she even sent me a little video. Are you back, Sue? Still a green screen? I'm not sure why that's happening. You and my mom had that last week. She even sent me the video of it. I'm not sure what that is. Let me know if it keeps happening. I'll try to Google it and figure out what that is. All right. So the newest paper pumpkin kit is the All the Little Things kit. This looks really pretty. I like this flower. It kind of reminds me of like stained glass, like the Beauty and the Beast stained glass rose or something. That's what it makes me think of. On Facebook, there's a demonstrator page just where demonstrators can get a preview of the paper pumpkin kits as they come out. I can see you, Sue. I see you, Sue. So these have like iridescent foil in them. I have the little flyer here. And then in this kit, this month, there's going to be this cool little box organizer that comes with the paper pumpkin kit too. So that's pretty neat. It says this kit includes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. You'll get 9 matching envelopes. There's iridescent foil in these die cuts, which seems really pretty. You get a shaded spruce ink spot and a photopolymer stamp. And then, like I said, you get this cool little paper pumpkin box organizer where you can organize your little ink spots. And I think they have like bigger sections where you can organize like the blocks and stuff too. So it's really cool. You have until April 10th to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin if you want to get that kit, okay? All right. My Stamp Camp to Go offering for this month is for the Easter Bunny stamp set. Yay, we're going to do Easter treat kits this month. You still see the green screen occasionally. Okay, Sue, I'm going to look into that after the video. I'm not sure why you're getting that, but I will look into that and Google it and try to find that out for you. Okay, so this is what we're making. I won't show you the projects, but you will need the stamp set. There's a couple of inks and a couple of Stampin' Blends that you'll need to complete the projects, but this is the kit. You'll get a little reminder of the date and time that we're going live to do it. I have everything pre-cut in here. I will not be sending candy though. The candy is, I live in Florida, and if I send chocolate, it could melt and it's just too bulky and everything. So I'm sending the kits, but there will be lots of different options as far as what you can put in these treat kits. I'll give you lots of ideas so you can fill them with whatever suits your fancy, okay? But you can order these now. So there's 2 ways to get them. You can either get place a $40 or more online order using this host code. That's how I know that you want the kits. Or you can send me an email at jen@stampcampwithjen.com and tell me you just want to purchase the kits, and it'll be $20, and that will include first class shipping. Oh, Barb, you're getting it too. Okay, guys, I will look into this green screen thing. I'm not sure why people are getting the green screen flashes, but I will definitely look into that and try to figure that out for you guys, okay? All right, so Stamp Camp to Go. So you have until March 20th, which is next Monday, to either place an online order using this host code. You must use this host code because that's how I know you want the kits. Or like I said, you just email me directly and I will send you an invoice. And then once I get your payment, I will ship out your kits right away. Okay. So I only have a limited number available. So if this is something you want, I would order these sooner rather than later because I sold out last month. I will note that there is one of the kits. I borrowed an Easter Bunny punch from somebody because I missed out on that too. But for the project that uses that Easter Bunny punch, I punched out 3 additional Easter Bunnies. So you have a couple of extra Easter Bunny die cut or punch cuts. So if you want to make more of that project, you'll have them in time for Easter, okay? And I think that's it for that. So if you have any questions, you can always email me, but this is the stamp set we'll be using. You'll definitely need this stamp set and a few inks and adhesives, okay? So if you go to stampcampwithjen.com, you'll find the Stamp Camp to Go details, and there's a supply list on there of what you need. So make sure you have that stuff, okay? All right. And then last but not least, ink colors. Ink colors are retiring. No, it's so sad. It's always sad this time of year. So with the annual catalog, the new annual catalog coming out, there will also be new ink colors. And with that, that means we have some ink colors that will be retiring. So the current ink colors are, I have them all right here. Soft Succulent, Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, and Evening Evergreen. So these 5 colors are only available through May 1st or while supplies last. That's the key thing. So, and I can tell you right now, right before I came on here, I was looking at our inventory list, and this bundle of stamp pads is currently on low inventory. And then if you take this one out, these 4 individual pads are also low inventory. And what that likely means is once these go out, they probably won't be replenished. So if you are trying to get these pads, I would order them now, because when they're low inventory, they go in danger of being sold out. And I would hate for you guys to miss out on that. And don't forget, when you order your ink pads, don't forget to get your little re-inker ink fills to go with it, okay? You don't want to miss out on those. And a lot of times those sell out really quick too. So be sure to get that stuff before it goes out. I would hate for you guys to miss it, because it says May 1st, but it's not guaranteed to last until May 1st. And like I said, those are all low inventory, which means they'll likely sell out soon. In the blog post with this video, I will have a list of what's in low inventory, and I'll try to update that probably every week. With the Monday video, I'll include that in the blog post so you guys can see what is going, or what's in danger of going out of stock. Okay, so this is the card that we're making today. We are going to use a technique that's new to me. It's been around for a long time, but it's called the kissing technique. And this would have been perfect at Valentine's time if I would have found it sooner. But I recently discovered it, and I thought, how fun is that? So we're going to use, I'm going to show you these in the ink colors, and we're going to use a stamp set. I think these are both in the annual catalog. So we're going to use this circle from the Watercolor Shapes, and then we're going to use this daffodil bunch and these words from the Daffodil Daydream. This is one of my favorite stamp sets to use at Easter time. So we're going to use those, and I'm going to show you how to make this card, okay? So I'm using Polished Pink because, I don't know, I think between Polished Pink and Fresh Freesia, those are my 2 favorite ink colors out of this bunch. I'm always excited, though, when Stampin' Up! Releases the new colors, because they make it fun. They always do kind of like a scavenger hunt or like a daily release or something. It's usually really, really cool. So, all right, so what we're going to do, I have a piece here, a basic white. It's 3 inches by 3.5. And again, this will all be in the supply list for the project video. But we're going to get our Stampin' Pierce mat, and we're gonna put our basic white piece on there because with these photopolymer stamps, especially ones that have a full image, you need that extra kind of cushion below it to get a crisp image when you stamp that full. Oh, you love my nail polish, thank you. When you get that, to get that full image to transfer. All right, so we are going to use basic gray for the daffodils, and then I'm going to use, like I said, polished pink. Now, what I had to do with some of the colors, we're not doing this one. I have samples in all but Evening Evergreen because Evening Evergreen is way too dark for this to work where it'll show through. So I did the cards in the other colors because they're lighter. It's easier to see those daffodils. But I will say with, I think it was these two, with Soft Succulent and Polished Pink, I had to stamp off first for the circle. Whereas with Fresh Freesia and Pale Papaya, they're light enough, I was able to stamp and then stamp on the daffodil set. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. Let's move some of this over. Okay. So we're using Polished Pink. So like I said, because this one's a little bit darker, I'm actually gonna have to stamp off. I've got a circle and then, whoops, I'm gonna stamp off once onto a scrap sheet of paper. And see how dark that is? That would just not transfer very well if I were to do it full strength. So, and then for the basic gray, I don't even need to stamp this whole thing, ink up this whole thing. I'm just really trying to ink up those flowers in the center like that, okay? Then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move this white out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So then I'm gonna take my circle and I'm just gonna make it so it's right around, those flowers are centered in my circle. And what's gonna happen is that ink is gonna transfer onto that circle, and then you can kind of see it. Let's see, that's probably the best way. You can see it transferred directly onto that circle stamp. So now what we're gonna do, so we're gonna bring our basic white piece back, and I'm just gonna stamp it right in that top center, just like this. And use that Stampin' Pierce mat to get that extra pressure. Voila, that didn't come out as good because I can't get behind it because I'm sitting down, I have the camera right in front of me, but that's still pretty good. You can see everything just like that. That did come out pretty good, actually. So like I said, with Polished Pink and with Soft Succulent, you have to stamp off first, but with Fresh Freesia, and I'll just show you with Fresh Freesia as an example. With Fresh Freesia and Pale Papaya, you don't have to do that. You can just stamp directly on it. So let me show you with Fresh Freesia as an example, because Fresh Freesia is a little bit lighter. So let's do that one. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm inking up Fresh Freesia. This one, like I said, it's a little lighter, so we don't have to stamp off the Fresh Freesia, but we're gonna ink up. You're gonna need to re-ink if you're making multiples of these. You're gonna need to re-ink it every time. And like I said, I'm not re-inking, I'm not inking the whole thing. I really just wanna get that daffodil bunch with the flowers. And then we're gonna center it right over those flowers and it'll transfer just like that. And then we will stamp that directly on there. Voila. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. I thought this was so cool. So this would be a great way to use, you know, in colors. You could use whatever colors you wanted, but like I said, make sure whatever color you stamp the circle with, it's got to be a light color, or if it's a little bit darker, you might have to stamp off once before doing it. And then I used, like I said, basic gray is what I used for the daffodils on the inside to make them peek through. So now we're going to take the Easter Blessing stamp from that same Daffodil Daydream stamp set here, and we will stamp that right below it. And this, the watercolor shape stamp set, I've seen so many cool cards with it. Somebody used, there's an oval. Let me see if I can show you here in a second. There's a little oval in here, and somebody used that as like little daffodil petals and made like or sunflower petals and made a big sunflower on the front of a card. There's so many cool cards with the stamp set. I think this stamp set gets kind of overlooked in the annual catalog, so be sure to check that out if you've never seen it before. It's a really cool one. Very versatile. All right, so now we're gonna put our card together. Oh, first, so we're using, for this background, we're using that new Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. So let me get, what did I do? Oh, so I have another piece here. This one is 2 3/4 by 5.5, and we're gonna get our embossing machine out, right, the big one, Big Daddy. And we're gonna put plate number 1 in first, and then we're gonna put our paper in. And I always like to line it up right along this little line that's at the bottom of our embossing folder, and that makes sure that your design is straight on your embossing folder. Somebody shared that with me a couple years ago. I never even realized that, but you can use that little line to help make sure your design's straight on your paper. And then this one is plate number 4. So that's all you need is plate number 1, your embossing folder and paper, and plate number 4 for the 3D embossing folders. And we're just gonna roll that right through, no problem. Close this up. All right, and then look how pretty that is. I thought that was a good embossing folder to use for spring. All right, so now put our card together. We've got the In Color Designer Series paper. It's got this pretty floral pattern, and there's stripes on the back, but I thought the floral pattern would be really cute for spring and Easter. So we're just gonna put this on. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus, but you use whatever adhesive you like. I know a lot of people like liquid adhesive because it gives them a few seconds to kind of move things around. I completely understand. That's definitely a good thing to have. So I like to start when I add paper, because this is a top folding card. So whenever I have that, I like to line my paper up at the top and then work my way down, because I can always trim at the bottom if I need to. All right, and then we're gonna do more Stampin' Seal Plus here. Excuse me. All right. And again, just kind of line that right up against the edge of Designer Series paper. Press that all the way down. And then you can always trim. I usually flip that card over and kind of trim the edges if there's any excess paper that peeks out. You really don't have to. It's not enough to worry about, but it bugs me. So, all right. And then we have another polished piece, pink piece. It's 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And that is just our little background piece for our daffodils. We're just gonna center this on here. Okay, and then we're gonna use some dimensionals. I have a bunch of end piece dimensionals here to use up, so we're gonna use those first. Never waste your dimensionals. Dimensionals, you can use the whole sheet, even the little end pieces. Use them up. There's always a way to use up these dimensionals. I'm just kind of throwing a bunch on here, using up that last little sheet that I had. Okay. Backings off of that. Sometimes I can't tell. I have to use my finger to touch it and see if I remove the backing, because sometimes you can't see. Oh, Gail, you'll be able to go back and watch the beginning. As soon as we're done here, the replay will be on my Facebook page. But thanks for joining us. You got to check out my nails, Gail. See? So pretty, ready for spring. They make me so happy. All right, and then the last little pizzazz here, we're going to use some of these In Color Opal Rounds. I love these. They're so pretty and sparkly. These will also be retiring because they are part of the In Color collection that's retiring. So if you like these, be sure to put these on your little shopping list as well. All right, so polished pink here. We're going to put one down in the corner here. One up top, one of the small ones, and then one big one up there. And that's it. All right, so let me show you all the In Color ones that I did. So we have this one. We have Soft Succulent, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. Aren't those so pretty? Like I said, I couldn't do Evening Evergreen because it's really dark. Even when I stamped off, it's way too dark. So, but I was able to make it work with these. And like I said, these two, Soft Succulent and Polished Pink, you will have to stamp off first before stamping the daffodils onto the circle. But these two, you stamp directly into the stamp pad and then onto the daffodil, and they come out just like that, just perfect. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope this has kind of given you some good tips as far as this technique and also the In Colors that are retiring. Don't forget to be sure to order those ink pads if that's something you want, because they are already low inventory. Like I said, it's these 4 ink pads. Let me move my cards out of the way so you can see. So these 4 ink pads are low inventory, and then the whole bundle with the 5 ink pads is low inventory. And usually what that means is if they're low inventory, they are probably not coming back when they sell out. So if this is something you want, be sure to order these now. And don't forget to get your little ink refills, the little bottle ink refills as well for your pads, okay? All right, guys. Well, like I said, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a little thumbs up or a heart and let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. If this was a new technique to you, are you going to give it a try? What'd you think? I love hearing from you. It was definitely new to me. And when I looked it up online, it's been around for a long time. I think I saw videos from like 2008, 2010, something like that. So it's not a new technique, but new to me. So I thought I would share it in case somebody else hadn't seen it as well. Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a great week. Oh, next week's Facebook Live will be at noon. I have family coming in. So, and I will put reminders up on my Facebook page as well, but I have family coming in Monday night, so I won't be able to go live at 7 o'clock. It will be at noon. Okay. But like I said, I will definitely put reminders up, but we will be doing a little bit earlier, and you'll always be able to watch the replay afterwards as well. Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a great week. And until next time, be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.